opposed, same sign. Any abstain? Thank you. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Jocelyn. Next item.
Don't make me nervous now.
Consider and if appropriate approve the Dallas Foundation, aka Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, Advance Together Opportunity Youth Grant. Ms. Jocelyn.
So, we've been doing, and I'm gonna just kick back off with what Ms. Stewart said. We've been doing a lot of work to try to reconnect our youth, and we have the Aspen Fund, which was paying for the travel for the professional development, and it is paying for our success coach over at the Higher Ed Center. This $15,000 continues some of that work. It's filling in a gap to keep our district from having any funds to be expended on behalf of the work that we're doing. So it includes student engagement, professional development travel, and extra duty pay for staff. So the thing that we are missing right now are the nighttime hours. When do you get parents and students and you can get them to sit down and not pull them out of class really is those nighttime visits. And that's what this work is about. We have identified 78 students who did not complete high school but are not technically considered dropouts. Some of them are what we called, they dropped to the homeschool. So on their paperwork, it says that they are homeschooled now, but they have not done anything with that. And these students can be re-engaged back to Jasper and get back in and get their high school diploma, and they can get credits for that. But we needed some additional funds because we did not want to come to the board and say, okay, we are struggling with this and we need some money. So we applied for the $15,000 grant. It's a 3-month grant. They're giving us $15,000 over 3 months to complete some of the work that we've been doing. And I recently talked to the Aspen Institute, and they are going to extend, you'll have that in the next board meeting, they're going to extend that grant for another year because they realize the work that we're doing is so valuable and they want us to not stop the work. And that's the reconnection, but it's also the support over at the Dual Credit Center to make sure that we have that person on staff who's checking grades and helping out. So, but this will also cover after hours meetings and community outreach, which we have not had in the past. That had pretty much been during the day. So we recommend acceptance of this award, grant the superintendent permission to sign the contract, and approval for the procurement process. We do have a training coming up immediately with them in Dallas at the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas on April the 6th. So these funds will be used instead of us having to use any district funds for those travel. We'll take community members, business owners, we'll take some students. Of course, I will attend, and we're hoping that our new superintendent will be able to attend with us as well.
So we have a recommendation from administration to the acceptance of this award, which is $15,000. Second part of it is granting the superintendent permission to sign the contract. And thirdly is to the approval to begin the procurement process in accordance with the terms of the contract immediately upon acceptance of this grant. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Dr. Kamack, second from Mr. Hildebrand. Any questions or comments? So have we already accepted this grant?
We have not signed the paperwork.
We do have people that are lined out to go already, right?
I put out through difference makers. There were some people who had expressed some interest, and I sent out that through them to see who wanted to go. Had a couple of people who said that they are interested in going. Tomorrow is the deadline for them to respond, so I'll check back with them.
What were those teachers? Has there been a salary scale to what they would be paid?
Which do?
Because when I was reading, it said for the teachers, professional development, travel, funds for extra duty pay for staff.
The extra duty pay, we just go by our standard JISD, $25 an hour, I believe. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, $25 an hour. We don't change our pay scale based on grants. It's whatever the board has approved.
Okay. So, any other questions, comments? All in favor, show of right hand. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is board president's report. The because I know that one of the things that came out that I know from a board standpoint is the Shepherd ISD is with the TA coming in and taking over that board. Also replacing that superintendent. I think that is why this board has been so adamant on having quarterly academic reports from Ms. Willems and the other administration staff. We know we have a campus that has been on high honor, and when we did the interviews of the superintendent, that is one of the things we really drilled down is the academic of our school district. I think you can second that there, and the other trustees, but we are aware of that, and that is why that one of the primary focuses is the academic achievement, is the preparing our students to be competitive in whatever they go into. And I know we asked a lot of questions and myself about the apprenticeship. It's not to hold things back, it is make sure that we're preparing our students in the career, the education, the military readiness, or anything that they should go into. So we will be really focused. We see that's close to home. And so of course that's a top topic. I saw some on Facebook and social media, people posting that. But I will make sure the community, we are aware of that, and that is one of our biggest focuses there. I hope I don't steal Dr. Hyden's thunder here, but one of the things the board was in their surplus that we had over at Rowe. There was a scoreboard over there that was donated to the Jasper Little League. I think a great community partnership there. The baseball boosters and the school were able to partner together to get the new scoreboard, and so that made that surplus because it was stored over there, and so that was donated to them, and I think that is a big asset for the school and our community. The other one I would be missed if I did. Talking about workforce is one of my board members, Mr. Adams, is here and taking in. That has been one of the main things, how we tie that education in and starting at an early age. So Ms. Jocelyn, I know asked a lot of questions, again I say, but it's not to as a Jasperite.
Right.
I would never want to hold up progress here because it is my heart is here on that. So I apologize if there are questions there. But we look forward to continuing the benefits that we have to our community. But we have several, Mr. Markdale, Mr. Hopkins, and Mr. Adams, and a lady from Ms. Marshall from Newton that represent this area very well when they're making decisions in the community when workforce efforts are here. Okay. And there'll be several RFAs that are coming out that will definitely continue to pass to you. But Dr. Hyden, Superintendent's report.
All right, sir. Mr. Steinbolt, you got anything else for the order of this thing?
A couple things. We had our threat assessment training a couple weeks ago, so we're working on that. Working on our new. We've got this is a safety audit year, our 3-year cycle. Getting those documents out, getting them filled out. Our auditors will be in April. We met with our health department last week with the coronavirus. Now around, we just wanted to make sure and got advice through Region 5 that other schools are doing this as well, but we got our protocol, in case something like that happened. We went to the Texas School Safety Center and used their template and developed that through our health services here in Jasper and met with our health department. And we also got an informational letter out to the parents just kind of saying what the district is doing, what they should be doing at home, basically washing your hands, don't touch your face, kind of things, just basic stuff we do for flu. The e-mister we used, we made sure that was on the EPA list to combat this, and it was one of the there's probably 150 chemicals that are EPA approved for. They do flu, they also do the coronavirus, so the exact one we were already using is one of those, so that was good. Capturing Kids' Hearts visits are scheduled for Liberty, which is a national demonstration school, so be bringing a group of teachers there. We met today, Kim Parker and I, with the CAT program, had some members from the Burke Center, trying to look at kind of forming a coalition. So, we're all working to help some of our kids with some mental health issues. But this way, we're all gonna be working together. So it's kind of open those lines of communications to where we're, if everybody's working on the same kid, we're working the same way. He's not just seeing 4 different people in 4 different agencies. So, that was good. Summer works list is has been dispersed to the department heads and principals. So we'll be building our summer list in the next month or so.
You got anything else? Just quickly.
I think our CTE program spoke for itself. I'm gonna let it
It
go.
did, it did. It did. Mr. Burt, I think.
Well, me and Mr. Williams have something we'd like to announce. We have a teacher from each campus who won the Excellence in Education Rio recipients. It's a $10,000 award that goes to Miss Lynn Jones and Miss Debbie Smith. So I think that's something that needs to be mentioned.
Absolutely.
Speaking of capturing kids' hearts, actually, our regional manager or whatever she is will be on junior high campus tomorrow and the high school campus on Wednesday. So we got that going on. Some of the academics that y'all were talking about, I've been looking at the data and from our map, y'all hear us talking about map data and all the things that we have our kids taking. We've been using in our PLCs, and I've looked at it, and we are seeing steady progress. Our kids are growing. I did a look at it from the boy, which is beginning of the year, and in the middle of the year, and then when I met with Miss Williams about it, she said, hey, look at it from last year. So I looked at the boy from last year, and I compared my 6th graders to this year's 7th graders, 7th graders to this year's 8th graders, and you can see steady progress through this. And the teachers are breaking it down, and they're beginning to see this stuff is working, and so it's beginning to get that individualized instructions and how to spiral back and get what they're missing and going forward with what they're getting. There's good stuff going on over there on the junior high campus.
Right, good deal. Ms. Edwards?
Well, the last week of February, we started tutorials. It's something that has not happened at Parnell for the past 2 years. We offer it twice a week after school, and then one of our teachers is also tutoring before school. We are really focusing on the areas that we need to improve upon, which are reading, writing, and math. And looking at data, our admin team is going to be doing personal data conferences with each student that we have. And in our 4th grade math, for example, last year, that was one of the areas of need. 23 students in that group failed by 2 questions or by 1 question. So if we can get those kids and move them up, that's what we need to do. So that's what we're working on. We sent our teachers to some training at Region 5 for writing. They've come back energized. We're seeing a lot more writing going on. So hopefully and prayerfully, that will equate to higher scores. But we're going to keep working no matter what to get our students prepared. We're not just all business. We had some fun last week. We had Read Across America, where we dressed up as our favorite storybook characters, and we also had career and college readiness week last week, and so the students dressed up like doctors and nurses and all the things they want to be, and it was a really good time for our kids. So
Hearing a lot of good things from there.
we're working hard.
Thank you. Good job. All of you.
Mr. Williams?
Well, as you can see, in the high school, we have a lot going on, and we have our CT program is doing great. And also on campus, we're doing some good things there on campus. We're looking at, like Mr. Burt said, looking at the data as well. We're getting ready for our English 1 and English 2 STAR. So that's getting ready to be our first testing area. So we're gonna get ready for that. We're getting ready for that. And like I said, we've had teachers there in the morning. We have teachers there in the afternoon who are working. They're not doing a tutorial part, they're just doing it on their own. They're not doing it to get paid or anything like that right now. So we're pushing them to go and fill out that paperwork so you can get paid for it. You're staying here, so you need to get paid for it. And we have a lot of extracurricular activities going on. UIL, we have baseball, softball, we have FFA. We've been busy here the last 3 weeks, and we've had a lot of kids that are out of school, but they have to come in the mornings and come in the afternoons and take care of the business in the classroom. So that's what we're focusing on, taking care of business in the classroom and coming to school. So if they miss school, we tell them they need to be in school. So you can ask them, the announcement every morning is, make sure you take care of your business in the classroom. That's the most important thing we have to do, so.
We had a young man accepted to something that was pretty
Yeah, Naval
prestigious.
Academy, yeah. Naval Academy, James Bull.
You wanna-
I do.
He's going to a military school. Thank you, sir. Ms. Linda?
HR is checking with all of our alternative certification and teachers, trying to offer them some assistance to see what we can do to assist them in, completing their certification, so we will be visiting with them. We've been meeting with the principals, this week, to review preliminary listings for all potential contract renewals for our professional staff, so we'll be bringing those listings to you, in April for contract renewals, so we will be doing that. Elections, of course, this is the season, we had our, the deadline was February the 14th, and so we have 4 candidates, for 3 positions, and they are in order on the ballot, Whitney Craven Larkin, Stephen Martinez, Ms. Vicki Stewart, and Tiffany Porter. And so the deadline has passed, and that was February the 14th, and we will begin early voting on April the 20th through the 28th. So that'll keep me busy, and but it's always a positive. So I'm really excited about that. And we do have 2, well, Ms. Stewart, of course, and then we have Ms. Craven is here, and Ms. Walker is here tonight. Porter is here tonight.
Yeah, I saw Dr. Hyde's email on that alternative certification. How many of those teachers do we have?
We have 9 right now. We have 9 that are pursuing certification through an alternative program.
Y'all are working hard on that, and
Yes, sir.
how we can assist, and it's a
Yes, sir.
great way that y'all are doing to fill our positions. Thank you.
Ms. Vaughn?
I stated earlier, we're gonna go look at our, full art numbers for attendance for the first semester and do paid versus earned. Cause if you remember right, we'll be getting a thing, I told you the TAs most likely gonna overpay us this year based on, what they projected us to be earning this year, so we're gonna look at that to make sure that we don't overspend. And then in the upcoming weeks, we're gonna be, I'm meeting with principals and directors, looking at their current budget and also their estimates for next year. It's getting that time again. We also will have to be going out for depository bids, so, since we're gonna move forward with them in April, more likely it'll be May, to give the banks an opportunity to hopefully come up with some good, bids for us on that for services. And we'll have budget amendments coming up in the next board meeting for the grants that were approved tonight. Once we figure out what functions they need to go into.
Thank you, ma'am. We are pursuing the alternative certification hard, but we would like to get in a position to make that available to folks around here that are degreed, that might have an interest in working, and it's a great thing when they're subbing with us, and they get to see what it's like, and we get to see what they're like, and if we can make it to where it's reasonable for them to be able to get into the program, and get their certification, that just improves our situation long term. And so I've been working with Dr. Levette at the Service Center to try to come up with a plan to do that. We haven't settled it, but we're working on it. That's got my interest right now.
I'm gonna go back, I failed to mention is that, I mean, with the Temple, the TLL Foundation, and, they just released a RFP, and, as Dr. Gal said, is not to duplicate what Jasper did, but to kind of learn from what Jasper did on the DECC 8. And so they have released that. Their board was so impressed with what, the 6 districts did, not going unnoticed. And so,
We have visits regularly now.
but that is, that board saw the benefit it brought to the students, brought to the communities, and so they want to do 2 more on there. And then, so thank y'all for doing that. And then the other is, I know as a board, and it was a 7-0 vote, very happy to announce our lone finalist of superintendent, Mr. John Sabo. We're required to do a 21-day waiting period to kind of go through some contracts and a period if he might want to change his mind or things.
Run.
We're very proud of that. And as I mentioned earlier, it was something that the board took it very seriously. And a lot of the things that y'all mentioned tonight were things that we listened to y'all as a board, y'all as a staff, and as a community. And, the things are in place for Jasper. So we look forward to that. Financial report. Ms. Horton, good to see you back. I missed last